I mean, I'm joking. I love a Nintendo Direct as much as everyone else. But no, yeah, I was hoping to sleep tonight. I haven't done a prediction video like this before, but to be honest, I'm just really excited, I suppose, and thought I'd like to share a couple of the predictions that I have. A couple of them are pretty out there, but I hope you hear me out anyway. Well, it's happened again. So Nintendo have announced that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct tomorrow as of writing, which gives me less than 24 hours to script and produce one of my heavily scripted episodes of Saka Says. So I'm doing something a little bit unconventional today. I'm just going completely off script. I've got my notes here with me. I'm going to run through the predictions and the wishes that I have. Where better to start than with what I believe to be an absolute lock-in, funnily enough. Right, so if you look back at the patterns, right, in Nintendo seemed to release one of their kind of casual, almost Wii-esque games once a year. So in 2017 it was 1-2 Switch, in 2018 it was Nintendo Labo, in 2019 Ring Fit, 2020 it was Clubhouse, in 2021 it was Miitopia. 1-2 Switch was revealed in a January Direct, Labo in January, February, kind of. It was kind of its own thing. It wasn't really in a Direct, but it was around this time of year. Clubhouse was also revealed in a February mini Direct, likewise with Miitopia, which means that there's precedent for these casual kind of Wii-esque games to be revealed in February or January Directs, to be released in the first-ish half of the year, sometimes pushing it to fall. Well, Ring Fit, especially, like Ring Fit's a bit of an outlier for some reason. It was revealed in fall. These casual games are revealed in February and then released a couple months later. The most successful casual game in recent years for Nintendo was 3DS's Tomodachi Life. And maybe I'm biased because I f***ing love that game, but there's a quota that needs to be met for this year. They're clearly adept at porting 3DS games. Miitopia was an excellent port, and they've kind of done everything else. They've done their fitness game, they've done their party games, they've done their sport minigame collections, and then they did whatever Miitopia is. The only other thing I could potentially see would be maybe a Pilot Wings, but I have a feeling it's Tomodachi Life, so that's the big one. I don't imagine there'll be any talk of Nintendo Switch Online. That seems to be a bit of a poisoned chalice for them at the moment. I think they'll ride out the N64 wave that they've already announced, and then we'll hear more later. Okay, so Mario. Obviously, there's the Super Mario movie coming out at the end of the year. There will not be a trailer for this movie. I looked back at Illumination's back catalogue. Despicable Me 1 got a trailer on March 25th and then released 7 months later in October. Despicable Me 2 got a trailer on the 2nd of November and then was released on June 28th, again 7 months later. Despicable Me 3 got a trailer on 14th of December and released on June 29th, 6 months later. And then Sing got a trailer on the 24th of May and released on December 21st, 7 months later. So the pattern is their films get a trailer 7 months to 6 months before the final release. So if the Mario movie is scheduled to release on December 23rd, I imagine the trailer will be out in May or June, perfectly timed for their potential E3 showing. There is a Super Mario game release every single year, but I imagine that more so than any other year, it is imperative to Nintendo that they have a Super Mario entry ready for release, seeing as they have their theme park opening and the Mario movie releasing in and around the same time. So obviously there were rumors of a Mario Kart 9, and this is very likely, not only because of how many people, the sheer amount of people that said it was going to happen, but the main attraction at this Super Nintendo World opening in Florida, I believe, is a Mario Kart ride. So it all kind of lines into place. What's more, it's been ages since the last Mario Kart. It was 2014 when Mario Kart 8 originally released, and 2017 when they ported it. I was of the opinion that they were going to wait. If it weren't for the rumors, I kind of still would be. But it is strange that so many people have the exact same information. And normally when there's this kind of volume and this consistency, it's normally true. I said normally, especially when everything else just lines up into place. However, if it were not for the rumors, I would actually not be predicting a Mario Kart. I would be more so predicting a 2D platformer or an RPG entry, not a Paper Mario, because there was an entry in that series recently, but I could certainly imagine a Mario RPG remake or reimagining, or indeed another entry in the Mario and Luigi series. There hasn't been a Mario RPG on the Nintendo Switch, which to my mind makes it the most likely candidate for a release this year. Last year there was a party and a sports game, and Luigi's Mansions take forever to make. Karts normally come out on one console, but again, there's rumors this time. Point is, there's a Mario every year, and there's a lot of things it can't be, and 3 things that it could be: a Mario Kart, a Mario RPG, and least likely of all is a 2D platformer. But again, I wouldn't rule it out completely. As much as I love Mario Kart, honestly I'd say it's probably my second favorite Nintendo franchise. It's the only video game that I consistently win at. Massive nostalgic attachment. But we've got one on the Switch, and we haven't got a Mario RPG in years. I know Paper Mario, but that's really more of an action game, but you know what I mean. So I do predict there will be a Mario game reveal. It'll probably be Mario Kart. But if you disregard rumors, I'd say it's far more likely that it would be an RPG, and I would actually prefer for it to be an RPG reveal because we haven't got one of those in forever. Unfortunately, there will be no Metroid Prime 4 tease. I'm pretty much certain of that. Because it's so far off, the only thing that you would gain from revealing more than just a logo for Metroid Prime 4 would be building hype, building excitement, and appealing to the core fans. And there's not really any point in doing that in February. You're not competing for anybody's limelight. I imagine that would be a thing they would do come June or September, when the competition is starting to heat up and people are deciding, okay, am I going to invest in the Nintendo ecosystem, or am I going to invest in a different ecosystem? You want to build excitement then. We're kind of at the tail end of the Christmas period. Not many people are out to buy into an ecosystem at this particular moment in time. So I don't imagine that they'll be looking to just build excitement for no reason. Plus, the precedent shows that these kind of teasers happen in June or in September most often. I mean, Animal Crossing, the original Metroid Prime teaser, the Luigi's Mansion teaser, to name but a few, these all happen in September or June. I don't imagine there'll be a Bayonetta 3 trailer. We got one recently in September. We're still a little while off of that release. Again, I don't think there'll be any Kirby trailers because that's coming out in a month. Nintendo don't normally do trailers for games that are coming out very soon. Unfortunately, again, I don't imagine there'll be a Breath of the Wild 2 trailer. We got a big trailer in June, and the game is still like 8 months. I really don't want to think that it's going to get delayed into 2023, but it can't be ruled out, you know? I think they're going to save that one again, like Prime 4, for June. These February Directs are always lacking in megaton announcements or megaton teasers. That stuff is always left for June or September. With the exception to the rule being January 2017, but like that is an exception to the rule for obvious reasons. Like, they were launching a new console, they hadn't had a big direct in ages, so there was a lot of stuff to reveal to get people invested in the Switch. However, Splatoon 3 was revealed this time last year, and we haven't seen it since, and I would say it's a lock-in for this year for sure. I can't imagine that getting delayed, and it's probably coming out in summer. It's always released in summer. I would be very surprised if we didn't get a trailer for Splatoon 3, and I am really looking forward to seeing it. I really just can't wait to find out what else they're going to do. Advance Wars. So I didn't grow up with Advance Wars, and the art style isn't really doing it for me, but I know there's a lot of people who are really excited, and for them I'm really happy. I really do think that we're going to get a trailer in this direct. I hope it wins me over. As of yet, I'm a little bit lukewarm on it. Mario and Rabbids 2 is for sure a lock-in. That I would be extremely surprised if there was no trailer, or if it was a no-show in this direct. It's surely going to be there. The first was excellent, and I can't imagine the second will be any worse, especially judging off that first trailer. It looks remarkable, and I can't wait to find out more. And moving into third parties, there was recently a rumor of a Batman Arkham collection. I have no reason to believe that this rumor isn't true. It was a listing that was accidentally released. These kind of things are almost always accurate, so I imagine that'll be there. Going into slightly more hypotheticals, I strongly believe that Grand Theft Auto 5 will be coming to the Nintendo Switch, and it will be revealed in this direct to release sometime in the holidays, or I imagine it'll be sometime in the holidays, because they'll want to capitalize on that kind of Black Friday black market. The reason I believe that is because Rockstar recently revealed that they were working on... They revealed they were working on Grand Theft Auto 6. There's a lot of hype that's been built in the last couple of days for Grand Theft Auto as a series. You're going to get a lot of people a lot of Nintendo fans who've never owned a PlayStation or an Xbox who are missing out on Grand Theft Auto 5, and they'll be seeing all the hype for 6, and they'll be quite tempted to drop what'll likely be 50 or 60 on this port. They'll be swept up in the hype. What's more, the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition trilogy, despite being a bit of a mess, all things considered, even though I loved it, I know I'm probably the only person in the world who had any kind of fun with that game, but I did, and it was worth it to me. It sold excellently on Nintendo Switch. It was in the top selling list for weeks on end. Clearly there's an interest for Grand Theft Auto games in the Nintendo fanbase. I wouldn't be surprised if this Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition trilogy was like a litmus test, and now they're going to follow up on that with a Grand Theft Auto 5 port. Persona 4 Golden. This came out on Steam in 2020. I've been predicting this to come to Nintendo Switch almost every single direct since then, because it just makes sense. But with Shin Megami Tensei 5, also by Atlus, reported to be coming to PC and PlayStations by folk who are data mining the game. Atlus seem to care less about how much they're blurring the lines between their Persona series and their SMT series. If SMT is going to be coming to PlayStation, I can't imagine why Persona wouldn't be coming to Nintendo Switch. What's more, there were indeed rumors about this not so long ago, but even disregarding the rumors, it's always made sense, and now more so than ever, because of the whole idea of SMT crossing over to PlayStation, blurring the lines. Finally, because there's been a bit of a precedent set for main Nintendo Directs announcing other Directs, like a Sakurai presentations, Animal Crossing Directs, I know the Pokemon Company and Nintendo seem to do things quite separately. So I would be quite surprised if Pokemon showed up in this Direct as an announcement of a DLC or a new game, but Pokemon Day is coming up soon, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if Nintendo, with all the eyes in the world on their live stream, announced a Pokemon Direct to be broadcasted in a week or so's time. Finally, I figured I'd give a couple of my realistic wishes and then my out there wishes, but not so out there that completely and totally unlikely, but you know what I mean. So obviously it's been God, it must be a decade. Is it a decade since Mario Strikers? It's more than a decade. It's been more than a decade since Mario Strikers Charged. I think it's the best sports game. I don't think many people will dispute me on that. What's more, there's going to be a FIFA World Cup this year in Qatar. Perfect time to capitalize on the football mania. It's the most popular sport in Europe, and when the World Cup starts broadcasting for a couple months, it'll be the most popular sport in the world. I don't think it'd be controversial of me to say that a sports game takes considerably less effort. Just look at Camelot, especially seeing as they have the bones of the series already in place, for lack of a better term, I suppose. The foundations are set. I would love a port. This is going to sound wild. It's basically like I'm saying I would like Reggie to reach into my wallet and steal money from me, but I would love a Mario Galaxy 2 port in the vein of the 3D All-Stars collection, just to kind of round off that package. Not necessarily as DLC, because you can't even buy that game anymore, which is another kettle of fish, but it would be nice to round off that series, as it were. Obviously I would love, out of all the teasers and trailers that I said wouldn't be happening, I would kill to see a Prime 4 teaser and a Breath of the Wild 2 teaser, even if literally it just says tune in 3 months to learn more. I'm just absolutely dying to find out. And I thought I'd end off with a couple of wild swings, as it were. So I touched on this earlier, but in the not so unlikely event that Breath of the Wild 2 gets delayed, it would significantly soften the blow if there was some other kind of port of a prior Legend of Zelda game to the Nintendo Switch. I'm not talking about a 3D one even. I'm not talking about Wind Waker or Twilight Princess or Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time. No, those have already been ported and remaked and the like. But there's one Legend of Zelda game that is quite possibly, arguably, the best. likely in the top 3 and most certainly in the top 5. For me, it's definitely in the top 3. Link Between Worlds, it's stuck on 3DS. Honestly, I would take Breath of the Wild. This is gonna sound sacrilegious, but I would take Breath of the Wild 2 getting delayed into next year if we got a Link Between Worlds port. Please don't crucify me.
Duly noted and ignored.
It's just that good, and it's such a shame that it's stuck on the 3DS. No, I mean, obviously it would be disastrous, it would be miserable if Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed, but for sure, Link Between Worlds would be a way to massively soften a pretty dreadful blow. Absolute pie in the sky would be that new Donkey Kong that was rumored last year. I don't imagine we're going to get a trailer. It's way too far off in the future, and they don't normally do those kind of reveals in February. I imagine if there will be, like I said, if there will be a big reveal in February, it'll be the Mario or it'll be Tomodachi Life. It's not going to be Donkey Kong. That's way too far off, and it's not critical to come out this year. It's not critical. Whereas a Mario game is critical, and a Tomodachi Life would follow the pattern that's been set. Yeah, no, I would kill to find out about the next Donkey Kong. Finally, and this is the stupidest prediction of all, because we literally got this like 4 months ago, and I'm asking for more, but just more Animal Crossing DLC. I know they said no more free updates, but Animal Crossing New Horizons is like one of the best games ever made, and I'm gonna get crucified. I have so many wrong opinions. I'm gonna get crucified for this. It's one of the best games ever made. Just more content would make it even better than it already is. Okay, so that's the end of this brief, unscripted predictions video. I look forward to finding out tomorrow what's going to happen. The reveal I would like the most is Tomodachi Life, and that's such a wrong opinion. I have so many wrong opinions. That is such a wrong opinion to have. But it's... Yeah, I love that game. It's so good, and it deserves to be played by more people. It deserves a place in the Switch pantheon. It doesn't even have to. I mean, I'm not even saying a sequel. Literally, just a straight port, maybe with a couple of quality of life features, because it does have some pretty glaring issues. But yeah, apart from that, again, a Mario Kart reveal would be incredible. I'm not getting my hopes up. I mean, I know that, like I said, there's been a lot of rumors, but I'm not getting my hopes up. Thank you as always for watching, and we'll be back to less messy, more scripted content next time. Depending on the strength of the direct, I might do what I did last time, where I rank all of the announcements. That was fun. I really enjoyed doing that last time. You might have noticed a distinct lack of Pikmin 4 on this prediction list, and that is because I cannot keep doing that to myself. I've given up hope. I honestly just think that Pikmin 4 was just Pokemon Gen 4 spelt wrong on the memo. It's not real.